Have you ever thought to yourself, I'm just not good with technology? Welcome to She Learns Tech, where technology is made accessible to everyone. In this video, I'm going to discuss a few of the myths you might hear or think about learning technology and why they're wrong. The first myth I'm going to bust is that you need to be good at math. While there are also some very specific areas of computers that do require specialized math skills, math is not necessary to learn technology. Most everyday tech uses very basic math. If you can add and subtract, you know enough math to get started. Many tech careers like basic web design and customer support rely much more on following steps and using software than on doing calculations. The advantage that being good at math gives you has more to do with logical thinking practice, and you don't have to be good at math to think logically. Technology is mostly about breaking problems into small steps, following instructions in order, noticing patterns, and fixing mistakes. These are all thinking skills, not math skills. If you can plan a trip, budget, organize a schedule, or compare prices, you have the necessary thinking skills. All you need is a desire and willingness to learn. This leads us to another myth that technology isn't for creative minded people. If you consider yourself a creative thinker, you can still learn technology and computers. In fact, being a creative person is actually a strength, not a weakness. When you have a creative goal like making a simple website, design, or video, you are more motivated to learn the tech skills to bring that idea to life. Creative people tend to practice more and stick with things longer, which is exactly what builds confidence with technology over time. Creative thinking drives innovation and new technology. The creative thinker is good at imagining different solutions and trying alternatives. There is seldom only one right way to solve a problem, and this is where creative thinkers can shine. Creativity often comes up with novel ways to make something work and look better. The first computers used punch cards to feed instructions. Creative thinkers wondered, why couldn't we use keyboards like we do on typewriters and found a way to make it happen? Creative thinkers thought, why can't we tell the computer what to do in human language? And came up with several ways to make it happen. Every advance in technology was because someone thought, why can't we? Creativity is essential to solving problems, and technology is all about solving problems. Technology provides tools for creative people. Crafters and scrapbook makers flock to Cricut machines to help them create. Interior designers can model a room design on a computer and rearrange things before doing it in real life. Graphic designers use technology to create marketing and websites. Using technology to create things builds both your creative and technical skills at the same time. If you consider yourself more creative than logical, it does not mean there isn't a place for you in technology. Some people believe you have to know how to program or write code to be involved in technology. This is another myth. Programmers and coders are definitely a big part of technology, but only a part. I don't program or code, and I've been involved in technology since my teens and currently work as an IT specialist. There are many areas of technology that focus more on using tools, organizing information, and understanding systems rather than creating code. Programmers and coders are specialists in writing instructions to tell the computer what to do. They help create the applications that allow everyone to use computers. So, no, you don't need to know how to program or write code to be good with technology. Another myth is thinking age matters when learning technology. Have you ever thought, I'm too old to learn? Next time that question creeps in your head, your immediate answer should be no. Is it an advantage if you've been exposed since you were a child? Yes, but technology doesn't care how old you are. What matters is practice and familiarity, which you can build step by step. In fact, adults often learn better because they are more patient, thoughtful, motivated, and have more life skills and experiences. I encourage you to look up Grace Hopper. She was born in 1906 and started her career in computers in 1944 at 38 years old. She went on to be a key pioneer in the development of computers and programming. She is credited with developing the first computer language that used the English language and is considered the mother of computing. She continued to grow, learn, and contribute to the world of technology until her death in 1992 at the age of 85. You are never too old if you have the interest. Grace Hopper also proves another myth wrong, that tech isn't for women. Just like with age, technology doesn't care about gender. Women have been involved in tech from the earliest stages. We're just fewer in number and not as well known. If you do a Google search for women in technology, I think you'd be surprised at all the examples that come up. Women have helped launch spacecraft, written programming languages, developed computers, created art, and been CEOs and chief technology officers for companies like Oracle, Cisco, Starbucks, and YouTube. Technology is about skills like problem solving, creativity, communication, and patience, none of which belong to any one gender. Tech is for men is a stereotype that has been proven wrong many times over. The final myth I'd like to talk about is the one where we tell ourselves, I'm just not good at computers or technology. How do you define good? A lot of people seem to think being good at computers means typing really fast, never making mistakes, knowing everything off the top of your head, and never asking questions. While it might look like that to non technical people, it is far from the truth. I have worked in technology for over 25 years, and let me tell you what reality is. Not everyone types fast. I'm on the slower side myself, and I've had coworkers who literally just use their pointer fingers to type. I've watched people way smarter than me make mistakes, ask for help, and struggle with a problem. I've heard technical people say, I don't know. The good ones always follow up I don't know with, but I'll find out. I and my coworkers are constantly looking things up or asking someone else for help. I learned early in my career that I didn't need to have all the answers as long as I had the resources where I could find the answers. My biggest resource has been technology itself. I am constantly looking things up on the internet. You're using a technical resource right now by watching this video on YouTube. So, what does being good at computers and technology really mean? It means being able to follow instructions. It means being curious enough to research and ask questions. And it means being consistent enough to keep trying. Technology is not a talent that you are born with, it's a skill developed over time through repetition and experience. Everyone starts at zero. Confidence comes after learning, not before. Let me know in the comments below what other thoughts have been keeping you from learning about technology, and I will discuss them in future videos. If you've ever told yourself you can't, I'm here to tell you you can. If this video helped you, please subscribe because you belong here.